Hey DollFAM, welcome back to another video. This video I decided to make because I awoke to some news that definitely pulled at my heart, and it is something that deserves time. So I wanted to sit down and take the time. So this video is dedicated to the beautiful life of an amazing fashionista, one of my fashion inspirations, Miss Adalia Rose, who left this world and went on to find her next great adventure last night. So if you don't know who Adalia Rose is, well, I'm going to tell you. So this video is dedicated to one of the most beautiful lights that has ever graced this world, Miss Adalia Rose. So back when I first started my Facebook page, and I first started pinup modeling, I was kind of new to the whole social media platform, and my page had already grown quite a bit. I was really active, and people were active on my page, and I was, really involved in my work when I came across the most amazing little firecracker of a spirit, and her name was Adalia Rose. Now, Adalia Rose was just, she was just a little minute when I first came across her story. She actually she was one of approximately, I think it's like 400 children around the world who have something called progeria. And progeria is a very, very rare disease. It's like a 1 in a million type disease. I highly recommend you look it up and you learn about it, because the children who have it and the adults who have it are probably some of the most beautiful human beings. They always have the most amazing opinions and viewpoints, and they really know how to love life. So if you don't know what progeria is, I definitely would recommend learning about it and understanding what it is. But Miss Adalia Rose was born with progeria, and when I came across her because she was posting a lot of fashion stuff, and she was just a baby at the time, and her mom was the one who did all of her social platforms, her mom and her family, and she has a little brother who was also, I don't even know if he was born when I came across her, but I loved her spirit and her energy just personally. And then one day I came across a post that was made, and it was about a Facebook page that was created for the sole purpose of bullying her for the disease that she was born with. And this was my first, run-in with online bullying, and that people will literally just create something to hurt others and no other purpose. And I was really shocked by it. Now looking back, I'm not that shocked about it because Facebook has just gotten worse. But it was a page, they had taken all of her photographs, all of her adorable little photographs from her page, from websites, and everything was just all negative. It was all just to tear her down and say the most horrific, disgusting, vile things they could say about her. And she was just a baby. She was just so little at the time. She was 14 when she passed the other day. So a teenager, a vibrant teenager now. But when I met her, she was just a baby. And the fact that somebody had gone out of their way to create a page solely to just put out just ick. Like, I can't imagine the heart and the soul and the mind of such a damaged person that they would go out of their way to spend time making a page to just post things to hurt someone because they were born with a disease and they're living life to the fullest with the life that they were given. So that shocked me. And I couldn't fathom how Facebook was allowing a page to stay up like that. And as I started looking, there was lots of pages that were created, pretty small ones. They had like between 50 to a couple hundred followers, which is too many for a page like that. But the main page that grabbed my attention had thousands and thousands of followers. And I was shocked that not only was a page like that allowed to be created, but that people were actively following it and Facebook was allowing it to stay up. So naturally, I started reporting it. And Facebook didn't do anything. Big surprise, you know. Now this was 10 years ago, or not quite 10 years ago. I think probably maybe 7 or 8 years ago. Realistically, I'd have to look back at my timeline. But so Facebook hasn't gotten any better, let's just say that. So I decided that that wasn't okay and that something had to be done, and that I was going to use my platform to do my absolute best to get these pages taken down. And I went to work. I decided to start kind of like a campaign on my page. The Vintage Doll supports Adalia Rose. And I created a flyer, and in the flyer, it was one of my favorite pictures of her in her little dress, and she's like striking a pose. And I put it next to one of my modeling photos, and I made a post on my page, and I explained, I said, this is not okay, and we need to stand up against it. So I asked all of my followers to go and support her page, and go and report the page that was stealing her photos and bullying her so graphically and horrifically, and also to share what I was doing. And at the time, social media, like the pinup scene, was really different in my opinion. A lot of people would probably disagree with me, but as soon as I said, hey, I need help with this, it kind of spread like wildfire. Like everybody wanted to help. Anybody that had an ounce of goodness in them was like, no, this is not okay, we have to get this taken down. Not just because it was wrong and it was horrible, but I can't fathom not trying to help somebody get something taken down that's actively attacking their child. I can't fathom what her parents were feeling. Like, they are living life with their child, who they're already like navigating through this uncharted territory while they're learning and growing with her through this disease, and they were so active in the community around who really is touched by the disease. You know, people like me who it's not in my everyday life, like I can't even grasp. So them who have to deal with it all the time and really are close to this situation are now also having to deal with pages that are allowed to be left up by social media platforms that are targeting this child, targeting her disease, targeting anybody who shares this disease, because they just started taking pictures from other kids who had it, and it was gross. It was gross. So how do you not help? So we all started reporting this page, and it wasn't long before we got the page taken down, and it was the most miraculous, amazing thing ever. So that was a really exciting moment to be able to get something taken down that, you know, shouldn't have even been allowed to be created, but I get why that's such a difficult, you know, area. But we did get that page taken down, and it was such an exciting moment. It was exciting to, of course, actually make the change, like be like, holy crap, you know, we did it. We were able to actually change this and turn it around and get this garbage taken down. And that was exciting, of course, but the exciting thing was to know that, you know, her mom and her dad and the people who loved her and the people who spent time with her every single day didn't have to know that that garbage was out there talking such horrible things about their baby. So that was exciting. But what was really exciting was when I got to talk to her amazing grandma on the phone, because we were in contact and I was messaging them over Facebook. Her mom was so busy, so I didn't speak to her mom ever, but I did speak to her amazing grandma, and grandmas are magical. So we did try to work something out where I tried to meet up so maybe we could do like a whole pinup day and do a photo shoot and like give her the whole real treatment. But ultimately, you know, life was just too hectic and crazy, and neither one of us were able to really find time in schedules to make that happen. But it was something that we talked about because she's just such a beautiful fashionista, and she loved clothing and accessories and all of that stuff. So you know, we were talking about trying to do a pinup photo shoot, and I wish so desperately that that was something that we could have made happen, but we weren't able to. But I can say that the time that I dedicated to what I was involved in was way better spent, because getting trash like that taken down that attacks people, that's my real niche, folks. After that entire situation, and we kind of lost touch. Like, there wasn't really a reason for me to like message them or like be like, hey, you know, we weren't like friends or anything like that. She brought me joy. I supported her pages, and she brought me joy with the posts that her mom shared and her videos, and she was just the sweetest little thing, and she brought me joy and happiness, so I totally followed her for completely selfish reasons. And then when I saw the bullying, you know, I had to focus on that, and I had to get rid of it, so I did what I did, and it turned out great. And I'm happy that it turned out great. And then I tried to, you know, do more, but that wasn't in the cards. And, you know, I continued following her pages and her story because, again, I was selfish and she brought me joy and happiness. And I loved all of her videos and her photos, and I'm gonna miss them. Great. So that's my story of, coming across one of the most beautiful lights that has ever graced this planet, and seeing that news in my news feed today just hit me right in the chest, because it was one of the first things that I ever did online. It was like one of the first things that, you know, I ever got involved in or ever put any of my time into. And I've been doing content for so long, and I've been reflecting a lot lately on, you know, who I am and what I make and what I put out there. And when it comes to all of this, and if I have to reflect on the things that are the most beautiful and the things that I feel were the most worth my time, this is definitely the number one. This is the number one spot. Yeah. So in closing, I just want to say that if you don't know who she is, you do now. And I highly recommend going and just feeding your soul some goodness, the goodness that is Adalia Rose, and you know, research what she had and really take the time to respect it and understand it, because it needs more people to support it. You know, people live with progeria every day, and kids and young adults and teenagers. You know, she was 14. So, I mean, if you can do something, your time is a huge addition and a huge benefit to helping others. So I would recommend seeking out more knowledge in what progeria is and how it affects people and families and kids, and also always stand up to bullying. I want to send all of my love and all of just every comforting vibe that I can send to her family and her friends and the people who knew her, and got to bask in that energy every day, and now have to transition through the hardest situation any of us on this earth have to go through when we lose somebody that's so important to us, that we love so much. And I can't fathom. It feels selfish. It feels selfish to have any feeling, because that can't even remotely touch what her parents and her family are going through right now. But they are such positive, beautiful people, and I know that they are celebrating the life and all of the magic that she gave us and is going to continue to give us. And to her family, I hope her mom, I hope that you can tap into all of the energy around you that brings her energy closer to you right now. And I'm sending all my love. And to you, Miss Adalia Rose, thank you for the joy and the happiness and the laughs. Oh, the laughs. You were just the most brightest spirit. And I am so thankful for all of that magic that you showed me. So I hope that you, DollFAM, enjoy all of the content that you're going to find and all of the amazing videos that she has. And I just want to say thank you, because even early on, before the DollFAM was the DollFAM, you guys stepped up and we worked together to stop that page from attacking her. And I appreciate that help, and I appreciate that support in what we were doing. So thank you for that. I just wanted to take the time for to acknowledge somebody who made a difference in my life. So I hope you guys enjoy some of my favorite photos of her, because she's adorable and amazing. So ladies and gentlemen, DollFAM, I give you Miss Adalia Rose, the most amazing fashionista of her time.
Dress. But I don't have a wedding dress right now. I can't wear it because it's in my room. I'm rich and I got everything done, so I got married, so I got a wedding dress. But I don't have a wedding dress right now. I can't wear it because it's in my room. And I'm rich. Look at my two little babies. They're like trying to cry. Like, I know. Look at my earrings, and I'm rich right now. I got this crazy cup, and I'm rich. The babies. Look, I'm rich. This is my rich cup. No, it shows on this one. Maybe we can switch. So, I have to rock my baby with this and that. I guess my baby's waking up. He's so cute. He's chubby, you know, like, that's his car out there. And, sorry. Bye. Shucks, walk around.
Please take the time to check out the links and information below that will take you to not only Miss Adalia Rose's Facebook pages and social media platforms, but to find information on progeria and how you can learn more and help others who are navigating this world through a very rare, life-changing disease.